PFIZER-GATE. The EU court's ruling is a resounding slap in the face of Ursula von der Leyen. She has broken the law. The European Commission has violated the principle of transparency, and that is now official. The judges made it crystal clear. The text messages between von der Leyen and Pfizer CEO should have been preserved and disclosed. Instead, they were deleted, it was covered up, and it's been blocked. This is no minor administrative matter. This wasn't a mistake. This isn't about paperwork or filing system. It's about a €1 billion contract, public trust, and the abuse of power in the middle of Europe's greatest power grab masquerading as a health crisis. Ursula von der Leyen placed herself above the rules, above Parliament, above the law, above the people, like a queen ruling by divine right. But no one is above the law, not even Ursula von der Leyen. While thousands of citizens and even several EU member states have filed criminal complaints for destruction of documents and corruption, the Commission President remains silent. A court in Liège dismissed the case, absurdly claiming the plaintiffs lacked sufficient interest. And now, the New York Times has achieved what parliamentarians and citizens have been denied. The EU court has made it clear the Commission, too, must follow the law. Ursula von der Leyen can no longer refuse to release those messages. This is why we now need a committee of inquiry. Not just any committee, but one with real powers. Powers to summon Ursula von der Leyen, to access Commission documents, and to establish political accountability. Because one thing is clear, von der Leyen's actions are not just a personal scandal, they represent a systematic institutional failure. Back in 2023, the European Parliament's COVID committee formally invited her to testify. And what did she do? She ignored the invitation repeatedly. No statement, no accountability. I said back then, this special committee should declare itself incompetent and should call instead for a proper committee of inquiry. Because only a real inquiry with subpoena powers can bring truth to the light. After this ruling, the blockade must end. Von der Leyen must cooperate, and the other political groups must now support our call for a committee of inquiry. Because those who, like the Greens, demand transparency down to the last detail cannot refuse a proper investigation. Those, like the Social Democrats, constantly speak of justice and responsibility, cannot stay silent when the highest offices must be held to account. And those who, like the Christian Democrats, preach values, integrity, and the rule of law, cannot look the other way when corruption is suspended in their own ranks. Anyone who seeks power in Brussels must be prepared to accept responsibility. And anyone who claims to champion the rule of law on the world stage must start by respecting it at home. PFIZER-GATE is a European test case, a test for democracy, for the credibility of our institutions. And this test must not end in silence, but in consequences. Now is the hour of the reckoning, with a full committee of inquiry. And that begins with the truth, and not with deleted text messages. So yes, Ursula von der Leyen, I hope you will be held to account. The court saw to it today, and we will stay on the case, and we will make you spit out the truth. Trust me.